Hello, Dollarwise gamers. This is Justin, and this is Dollarwise Bundle Breakdown. This series aims to look at games that you might receive in bundles and whether, in a quick look, the bundle is worth the money. As always, it's not very wise to spend money on games that you will never play. This metric is designed around the Dollarwise Gamers metric that states for every $1 that you spend on a game, you should get at least 1 hour of entertainment out of that game. The point of this metric is not to be a hard, fast rule in all cases, and everyone should support the developers, games, and companies that they like. What we aim to do is hopefully help you weed through many of the bundles and deals out there to give you a quick look at the ones that have crossed our radar. As always, our opinions are purely our own. We believe that everyone should make their own decisions about how they spend their hard-earned money. And with that, let's see what bundles we have in store for us today. Today we're looking at 7 games on the Humble Bundle Unreal Engine bundle. If you aren't familiar with Humble Bundle, there's a link in the description. Humble Bundle is one of our most favorite sites and features heavily on our podcast. One of the things that makes Humble Bundle unique is the portion of up to 100% of your purchases can go to support charities, and you get to choose how much. The bundles tend to have certain charities selected, but you can also select charities that you would like to support as well. This bundle is going to support 2 charities, Girls Make Games and Unreal Developer Grants, or Unreal Dev Grants. Links to both of these charities can be found below. This bundle features games built using the Unreal Engine and has a tiered system that has you receiving more or less of the bundle based on how much you donate. The first tier starts at $1 and includes 3 games, Killing Floor along with some DLC, Dangerous Golf, and Shadow Complex Remastered. So let's get started there. Alright, first up is Killing Floor. Now, Killing Floor is up to 6 player, it's a co-op survival horror, it's by Tripwire Interactive. It's a first-person wave shooter survival horror fighting game. It's generally fun, nice graphics for 2009. I was playing in 1440p with the highest ultra settings. Its music and ambiance was nice, but the voiceovers were a little rough.
Shop is open, boys. Come get me.
Metacritic gave this game a 72, and the cheapest it's ever been was $3.59, and that was in May of 2016. The game came out in mid-2009. So all in all, I only put about 15 to 20 minutes into this game. For the time, it was a great game. Now, there are better options available, like Killing Floor 2, which is a little more expensive, but definitely better graphics, better gameplay. But if you want a good-looking game with lots of replayability, especially with friends, this could easily be worth it. $1 for each of you is not that much, and you can get some decent gameplay out of this game. At least, potentially an hour, especially if you're playing with friends. All right, the next one is Dangerous Golf. Now, this one's kind of a humorous action sports game. It's from Three Field Entertainment. It came out mid-2016. Three Fields Entertainment is a indie developer. Metacritic only gave it a 54, and the cheapest it's ever been is $9.99, and that was in September of 2016. Here at Dollarwise Gamers, we really enjoy indie developers, and this indie team only had 11 people on it. This game has some potential, but I doubt I'll put more than the 20 minutes in that I put into it. Graphics are a bit lackluster considering when it came out, but the voiceover was good. The rock music did get a bit repetitive over time, and when you couple this with a high price tag, the $9.99 is the cheapest it's ever been. This game is hard to justify for the deal, except unless, of course, you wanted to support the indie developer. Now, if you were going to spend the $10 on a game like that, I doubt you're going to get 10 hours out of this game, but there's at least an hour's worth. The last one in this tier is Shadow Complex Remastered. It's a single-player, side-scrolling, sort of Metroidvania-style game. It's from Chair Entertainment. It was originally released in 2009 on the Xbox 360, and then the remaster came out early this year, 2016. The Metascore was 80, user score on that was 7.5, and the cheapest it's ever been is $10.04 in June of 2016. Boasts that it has 10 plus hours of content on their website, and I'm actually pretty extremely pleased with this game. I played the demo for this game back on the Xbox 360 and really looked forward to it. I was a big fan of these kinds of games. The graphics are clearly dated, but the game runs great, looks nice. This game's easily worth $5 or more, and $10 seems reasonable. If you are a fan of this style game, this bundle sort of sells itself on this game. Story is weak and the music isn't anything to write home about, but there's lots to explore, there's lots to unlock, lots of things that you can find, and in general, I'm pretty impressed. So on its own, this is a solid tier in the bundle. Most people will easily get at least an hour out of one or more of these games, and most likely more if you're a fan of any of the games. The second tier is based on the average donations, which means its value can swing a bit, but typically tends to settle down right in the middle unless the top tier is filled with a really strong game or two. In this case, it isn't, but more on that later. This tier is currently at $4.13, and it includes 3 more games: The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Adrift, and Mean Green's Plastic Warfare. So The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a single-player, first-person, story-driven mystery. The Redux version, which is what I was playing, this is what you see, is running on Unreal Engine 4 instead of Unreal Engine 3, which is what it originally was made on. So the developer Astronauts gives you both versions when you buy the original. So when you get it, you get both versions, which is pretty nice. So if you want to see it in the Unreal Engine 3 version or the 4 version, I did like the 4 version, I gotta say. It released in late 2014. The Metascore on it was 82, the user score was 8.1, and the cheapest it's ever been was $3.99 in March of 2016, but it's actually, as of writing this, it was $3.99. So in general, I was blown away by this game. I've been looking forward to this game for a while. I'm a big fan of these types of games, and The Vanishing of Ethan Carter I've heard lots of good things about. $3.99 is a hell of a deal, and to get it at $4.13 along with 5 other games, that's not a bad deal at all. I actually lost track of time when I was playing this game. Normally, I only try to give these games 15 minutes to a half hour at the most, just to get a general idea of how much content I think the game would have, how much replayability, that kind of stuff. And I lost track of time. I actually played for about an hour or more. The graphics are fantastic. The music, the sounds are gorgeous. The voiceover work is tremendous. And the story seems pretty enthralling. If you aren't a fan of these walking simulator story type games or point and click adventure games, this might not entice you. But if you really like them, this game makes the bundle. On its own, makes the bundle. Easily $4.13. That's as good as the best price this game has ever been at, and makes it pretty much a straight-up buy. Adrift is a single-player, first-person story adventure game, tasking you as the sole survivor of the destruction of a space station. Its developer is 310. It was released in early 2016 with a Metascore of only 64 and a user score of an abysmal 4.7. The cheapest it's ever been is $8.99, and that was in September of 2016, so pretty recently. So this game is actually the reason I bought this bundle. I've been looking forward to this game and interested in this game for quite a long while, and I feel like it did not disappoint. The music is beautiful, the challenges of finding air is a simple task that requires very little effort, just a general attention. As a fan of survival games, it was simple. It's no way to slice it other than it's simple. The game plays more like a story game, think Gone Home sort of in space. And the movement is generally intuitive, but without the ability to rebind keys, you can see where that sometimes got me a little messed up. I actually read a lot of the reviews because I was surprised by how negative it was. And granted, I did not play it in VR, but it never seemed that bad. It seemed like a strong indie game with fantastic visuals. I think it would be even better in VR, but a lot of people were pretty disappointed in this game and said that unless you play it in VR, it's not really worth it. Me personally, I thought it was a great game, but I'm a big fan of this style of game, and so it really kind of colors this bundle for me. Finally, the Mean Green's Plastic Warfare is a multiplayer third-person objective-based shooter. Its developer is Virtual Basement LLC and Code Headquarters LLC. It was released in late 2015. It has a Metascore of, unfortunately, 56, but a user score of 7.9, which is pretty good. Lowest price ever was $5.99, and that was in September of 2016. Now, I'm not a big fan of PvP shooters in general, but I like the art style. The game ran incredibly smoothly, and there were actually people playing, which I was surprised. I was afraid that there wouldn't be. Also, there was a guy called Chris P. Bacon, and that just was hilarious, so had to throw that in there. This game could be a gentle shooter for those who want to give their gaming children an option to play, but $5.99, even on sale, is too much for this game, especially when there are free options out there like Team Fortress 2. As part of this bundle, it's not that bad, but in general, I wasn't overly enthralled with this game, didn't like it that much. This second tier also seems to continue to be Dollarwise. $4 to $5 for these 6 games will most likely get you 4 solid hours of game time and entertainment, and in most cases a lot more, especially if you love story-based genre. Finally, the last tier, and here's where things start to change a bit. As I said before, this tier is a bit weaker, and what I mean by that is getting the bundle is no longer cut and dry. People will have differing opinions on this last game. Now, Tier 3 is $10 and includes only one game, The Culling. The Culling is a multiplayer first-person survival action PvP, and it's in early access, so please keep that in mind. The developer is Xavient Games, and it was released in early access in early 2016. There is no Metascore, obviously because it's still in early access. There was one review that showed 60, but again, really early access games you should look into on your own, see some gameplay, and make a decision as to whether or not you want to support the development of that game. Also keep in mind that anytime there's an early access game, that game may never get better than it actually is now, and you shouldn't buy into an early access game with the expectation of what the game will be in the future. What you're buying is the current type of game, and hopefully it'll get better, but there's no guarantee. So this is another PvP game, kind of like the Mean Greens. I did the training, I fought against some bots, and aside from that, I'm not really a fan. Now, I didn't do the PvP because I'm really a baby and I don't like PvP. I'm not a big fan of that. But I do like how they approach the crafting. It was really intuitive. It's no-nonsense sort of way. It kind of gets that whole crafting mentality out of the way and just lets you play the game, which is good for a game that is more about that speed, that PvP sort of thing. I do think this game has a place, and for $10, the lowest price this game was ever at was $11.24 in October of 2016. So $10 for this whole bundle that includes The Culling, that's less than the best price for this game. The gameplay's generally solid at this point, and I enjoy the humor that they had, right, especially during the training bit. But it's still early access, so hopefully it'll get better, but there's no guarantee. So how about some final thoughts? The first 2 tiers seem to be good, solid Dollarwise choices, but I would caution anyone on the 3rd tier. $10 is less than the best price for the game, and if you've been interested in this game, it's most likely a solid choice for you. But if you're uncertain, I wouldn't recommend it. You will get more bang for your buck out of the lower tiers in general, unless you tend to already be a fan of the style of gameplay found in The Culling. So, there you have it. The humble Unreal Engine bundle is generally a Dollarwise bundle, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to be Dollarwise with your own money. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up this video, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any suggestion for bundles, bundle sites, or games you'd like to get the Dollarwise seal of approval on, shoot us a message on our website, dollarwisegamers.com, or just comment on this video. Thanks again, and as always, enjoy your existence.